So my trusty Ford let me down the other day. Had a crank no start after sitting about a week. So after some troubleshooting and inspection, I found an animal had eaten my cam position sensor wire right there. Right behind the connector. Wasn't very nice of him. So this harness is old and cruddy, so I'm gonna just be replacing the whole engine harness. And hopefully critter proofing the new harness. First, unhook both batteries. Starting with the alternator, remove a 10mm nut to remove the power wire and push in on this tab and pull up your alternator connector. Got to remove this bracket to gain access to a sensor. It's 2 1/2-inch nuts. All right, now we can get to our sensor. It's another push tab. Just push and pull. On down in here, we have a sensor, and we'll have to get our pick. Pull on the clip. Up. Another sensor right next to it. Get your long pliers. Next, on the passenger side of the engine, unplug your cam position sensor using your 90-degree pick right there. Now fish that part of the harness up through the top. Come right through that crevice right there. Our next step is to pull these 2 relays. So you'll see a nut, 2 nuts per relay. They'll be 10mm. Next, 2 connectors. Get that one there. Pull tab. Use your pliers to get that one. Next connector here. Got 2 connectors down there. One for the fuel bowl heater. You'll have to push a tab. Another connector way down there on the pump. It'll have a pull up on it like that. Got another connector right there. You'll have an injector harness on both sides to unplug. So what you do with these is you just push on that tab and pull and pop loose. Now you might have one more connector underneath the turbo for the exhaust flap actuator. Now I have deleted that on my engine, but if you do have that, this is what the connector looks like. It has another one of these pivoting lock deals. Need to take the 10mm nut off the intake air heater. Next, we're going to take off this boost pipe. 10mm nut to unbolt the harness. To remove this connector, you'll have to push down on this tab right here and push the connector forward. With some coaxing, you can start to remove the harness from over here. We still got one wire to disconnect. If you follow it down, it'll be running under your charge pipe. You can see a clip right here. You'll have to undo that with your pick. Runs under the charge pipe and over to this terminal right here. So we'll have to take that off. It's that wire right there. Here at the workbench, got the old harness off. You can see this thing's pretty dang cruddy. So, got the new harness right here. Now this is a cheap aftermarket harness. So I'm gonna be doing some quality checks. I've already went ahead and made sure all the connectors are the same as the old harness. And also what I'm gonna be doing is doing a tug test and inspection of all the pins to make sure they're all seated and look okay. Now, you probably won't have to do this if you bought the OEM harness from Riff Raff Diesel or somewhere, but since this is a cheapie, we're gonna spend a little extra time on this. That's all done. So next, I'm gonna be deleting this connector. This is for the fuel bowl heater, And the fuel bowl heater is known to cause issues on these, and I'm just going to get rid of the connector as well. So to clean up the harness a little bit, I'm going to be hopefully critter proofing this harness. So I got some aluminum HVAC tape, and I'm going to wrap the harness with it. So I'm going to finish that up. Got the harness all wrapped up. Hopefully that'll keep the critters out of there. I'm chewing on my stuff. If they like eating aluminum, then I might have to just move. All right, time to put it back in the truck. All right, got the new harness on. So let's go test it out. Good deal.